Good morning. Welcome to another live film Rashad, Mr. YouTube channel. Let's get into the Word of God first. Freedom in Christ Study Bible. See how it's lesson. The first attributes of God. Being Psalm 89. God is faithful. I will sing of the Lord's great love forever. My mouth I will make your faithfulness known through all generations. I will declare that your love stands firm forever, that you establish your faithfulness in heaven itself. You said, I have made a covenant with my chosen one. I have sworn to David, my servant. I will establish your line forever, make your throne firm through all generations. The heavens praise your wonders, O Lord. Your faithfulness to and outstanding of the holy ones. When the skies above can compare with the Lord. Who is like the Lord among the heavenly beings? The counsel of the holy ones God is greatly feared. He is more awesome than all who surround him. O Lord God Almighty, who is like you? You are mighty, O Lord. Your faithfulness surrounds you. You rule over the surging sea. Its waves mount up, you still them. Crush Rahab like one of the slain. With your strong arm, you scattered your enemies. The heavens are yours. Yours also the earth. You founded the world and all that is in it. You created the north and the south. Even heaven sing for joy at your name. Your arm is subdued with power. Your hand is strong, your right hand exalted. Righteousness and justice, the foundation of your throne. Love and faithfulness go before you. Blessed are those who have learned to acclaim you. Walk in the light of your presence of the Lord. O Lord, they rejoice in your name all day long. They exalt in your righteousness, for you are their glory and strength. By your favor, you exalt our horn. Indeed, our shield belongs to the Lord, our King, to the Holy One of Israel. Once you spoke in a vision, dear faithful people, you said, I have bestowed strength on a warrior. I have exalted a young man from among the people. I found David my servant, and my sacred oil has anointed him. My hand will sustain him. Surely my arm will strengthen him. No enemy will subject him to tribute. No wicked man will oppress him. But I will crush his foes before him, strike down his adversaries. My faithful love will be with him. Through my name his horn will be exalted. I will set his hand over the sea, his right hand over the rivers. He will call out to me, you are my Father, my God, the rock of my salvation. Also appoint him my firstborn, the most exalted of the kings of the earth. I will maintain my love to him forever, and my covenant with him will never fail. I will establish his line forever, his throne as long as the heavens adore. If his sons forsake my law, I do and do not follow my statutes. They violate my decrees and fail to keep my commands. I will punish their sin, the rod, the iniquity, the flogging. But I will not take my love from him, nor will I ever betray my faithfulness. I will not violate my covenant, or to what my lips have uttered. Once for all, I have sworn by my holiness. I will not be lied to David, that his line will continue forever. His throne endure before me like the sun, and be established forever like the moon. Faithful witness in the sky. But you have rejected, you have spurned, you have been very angry with your anointed one. You have announced the covenant with your servant, you have defiled his covenant in the dust, you have broken through all his walls and reduced his strongholds to ruins. All who pass by have plundered them. He has become the scorn of his neighbors. the right hand of his foe. Rejoice. Have turned back the edge of his sword, have not supported him in battle. You put an end to his splendor, and cast his throne to the ground. You have cut short the days of youth. You have covered him with the mantle of shame. How long, O Lord, will you hide yourself forever? How long will your wrath burn like fire? Remember how fleeting is my life. For what futility you have created all men. What man can do, what man can live, and not see death, or save himself from the power of the great. O Lord, where's your former great love, which in your faithfulness you swore to David? Remember, Lord, how your servant has been mocked, how I bear in my heart the taunts of all the nations, the taunts with which your enemies have mocked, O Lord, with which they have mocked every step of your anointed one. Praise be to the Lord forever. Amen and amen. God's faithful. It's hard to relate to someone you can't trust or count on when needed, but you can count on God. It's his nature to be faithful. He's perfectly reliable. The psalm says, I will declare that your love stands firm, forever that you establish your faithfulness in heaven itself. God made the world and all that is in it. He continues to demonstrate his faithfulness by providing for his creatures. His faithful provision for his chosen people is best seen in his plan for their redemption, as portrayed in his promises and covenants. The Old Testament is a record of God's faithfulness to his people. Exodus from Egypt demonstrated God's faithfulness and caused those who were delivered to believe in the Lord and his servant Moses. The Passover celebration has been kept for generations as a remembrance of God's faithfulness. From the time God made the covenant with Abraham in Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 through 3, it's unlikely the promises were slowly but progressively being fulfilled, even when it looked unhumanly possible. Despite overwhelming odds, for example, Sarah gave birth to Isaac when, from a biological perspective, she no longer could do so. But later, God provided a scapegoat to take the place of Isaac when Abraham was about to sacrifice him. God promised that the seed of the woman would continue through the house of David and that the Messiah would sit on the throne of David. First two chapters of Luke's gospel give a vivid picture of people who were waiting for God to fulfill his promises made under the old covenant. Simeon saw the fulfillment in the birth of Jesus. Rejoice in God's faithfulness. Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you now dismiss your servant in peace. My eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all people. So when the promise was made in the days of Abraham, there were probably many who thought that God was unfaithful, who lost their faith in him, and his word was not fulfilled the next day or even their lifetime. But do not forget this one thing, dear friends, the Lord in a day is like 1,000 years. 1,000 years are like a day. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. There was a faithful remnant, however, who chose to believe in God despite incredible hardship and persecution. These were all commended for their faith, yet none of them received what had been promised. God had planned something better, but so that only together with us will they be made perfect. So that's it, man. I'm done with God's faithful. We're going to get to next week. We're going to be about God's immutable. Numbers chapter 3, 23 and 19. Be done with that. All right, let's get into it, man. Chapter 7. Chapter 7. August 1986. It's about Boston Red Sox as they started Tuesday night, July 1st. On his way to Boston, set to start on Tuesday night, July 1st. Tom Seaver obtained from the Chicago White Sox for fourth outfielder Steve Lyons. The news wasn't exactly unexpected. Also in the picture was a common move for a contending team. Seaver had rumors have been circulating for a while. The White Sox fading out of the American League West race. Seaver probably expected to head back closer to the Greenwich, Connecticut home he kept since his heyday with the Mets. He was an obvious candidate for a trade. Yankees were a possibility, but ultimately White Sox general manager Ken Harrison, who, as it happened, had once led the American League in RBI for the next year Red Sox. Took Lou Gorman up on his offer of Lions. So he will be reunited with John McNamara and Bill Fisher, his manager and pitching coach in Cincinnati. The trade generated a lot of buzz because of times he was stature in the game. It was just cool to see an all-time great putting on a Red Sox uniform what would turn out to be his final major league season. On the field, everyone knew the trade wasn't that big because Tom Seaver was 41 years old. It was an ace in, but that was okay. The Red Sox had their ace in Roger Clemens. He had some talent lined up behind him. Seaver didn't need to be an ace and said himself that no team that considers himself be a legitimate contender should have a 41-year-old at the top of the rotation. He was there to take his turn every fifth day and add some depth. As for any wisdom and leadership qualities he could bring to a fairly young staff, he'd be happy to help anyone who asked. I showed that the best thing he could do for Roger Clemens was to make sure he got to the park on time. He wasn't there to be a second pitching coach. He was there to pitch. As true as it was that Clemens was doing just fine before Seaver hit town, he does credit the veteran for some of the sympathies he picked up just from observation. Keep looking. All right. Entering the store against Toronto 14-0, the 2.18 ERA, Clemens was about as masterful as ever most of the way. George Bell's fourth inning solo homer was the only hit he allowed through 7 innings while striking out 8. With lefty Jimmy Key mostly keeping the Red Sox lineup in check, Clemens nursed a narrow 2-1 lead in the eighth when he was pulled after allowing a walk, 2 hits for a run that tied the score. Stanley came in, allowed a single to Bell, and a sac fly to Jesse Barfield. 2 more runs and a 4-2 Toronto lead. That would be the final score, leaving Clemens at 14-1. It was an amazing run. Think about a pitcher taking every turn, getting early April and not losing a game until July. Make it 16 starts, getting to at least the 8th inning and 14 of them. It was a strikeout per inning in a league where the pitcher doesn't hit a contact error when a typical pitcher averages like 5.8 Ks per 9 innings. Long before he was winning multiple Cy Young awards in Toronto, New York, and Houston. Long before he threw a bat near my Piazza in a World Series game. Long before anyone was connecting him to PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. Roger Clemens was a young phenom for the Red Sox. He was enjoying the breakthrough year. He was taken to living in Framingham off days with some spent golfing with Larry Bird. The Celtics, it was clear by now that the Red Sox not only had the guy they were hoping for, but much more. man, so let's skip around. That was going 86 for the Red Sox. George Clemens. And what he was doing at the time. That's it. George Clemens was 15-2, 2.48 ERA. This is the All-Star game. His homecoming from his friends and family at Astrodome in Houston. Astros to play at. Took the MVP honors by tossing 3 perfect innings in American League's 3-2 win over the National League, striking out Ryan Sandberg and Darryl Strawberry. Okay. All right. August 5th marked the return of Oyukan Boyd to the mound. More than 35,000 people turned out at Fenway on a Tuesday night, ready to forgive and forget. He got a nice reception for his first game in almost a month, but the night was mostly low-key. The past was the past. Everyone seemed to say in one way or another. Now it was time to just let Boyd pitch. Team doctor of the Pappers told the press that Boyd didn't go through any particular treatments during his time in the hospital, but mainly used the time to rest and decompress. He was cool and composed on the mound and did very well, only to suffer nearly as tough a loss as Clemens had the night before. A couple of mistakes wound up in the seats. A 2-run homer by Carlton Fisk in the 5th and a solo shot by Harold Baines in the 8th for all of Chicago's runs. Wells' recent offensive woes continued as Richard Dotson and Gene Nelson held them to 3 hits and a 3-0 loss. The lead in the American League East was down to 2.5 games over the Baltimore Orioles, hot team of the league, that had jumped past the Yankees to second place. On August 10th in Detroit, Getman rested in favor of Mark Sutherland on the plate, came off the bench in the top of the 8th, pitched a grand slam off of Willie Hernandez to cap a 5-run inning and a 9-6 comeback win. 2 nights later, the division lead dropped to 3.5 games when the Sox both lost games of a doubleheader in Kansas City. But they used Stanley as start to that cap. He did well for his 5 innings before allowing 3 runs in the 6th, what would be a 6-5 loss. But that was as close as the competition would get. The Sox won the next 2 in Kansas City. Getman, Armas, Evans, homering in an 11-5 win on August 14th to give Nepper a win despite a streaky outing. Then returned to Fenway for a quick homestand to take 2 out of 3 against Detroit. So talk about Jim Rice. He's floating under the radar. 1986 it seems. Yeah, he was steady putting together one of the 5 best seasons of his 15-year Hall of Fame career. He wound up with 20 home runs, the fewest of his career at that point from 17. Age 33 at the time, this would be the best big year, maybe before vision problems curtailed his career. That's it. So Moving to 1986, chapter 8 tomorrow. Right. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. If you like the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Most important, subscribe to the channel. Like the content. Back tomorrow with the finality of this lesson I've been doing for a while. The personal attributes of God, conclude with God's immutable. Reading from Numbers chapter 23, verse 19, and chapter 8, September 1986, from the glory of 86. In Boston, sports ruled the world. In Boston ruled the sports world. That's what's going to be on the docket tomorrow. Chapter 8, September 1986. All right, so that's it, man. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Talk to you tomorrow.